Hello.
Hi.
To see everybody.
Good evening. Hi, everyone.
Oh, you've had a haircut.
What was that?
You've had a haircut.
Oh, yeah, a few weeks ago. Yes, yes.
Oh,
Nice to see you
cute.
all. Great to have you on. Welcome, New Zealand. I know it's a little later for you guys over there. It's great to have you on.
5 o'clock over for you. Sorry.
What was
5
that?
o'clock. So 5 o'clock in the morning for you over there?
Yeah.
Look.
Yes.
You're
Beautiful
good.
sunrise. Amazing. For the sake of the team, why don't you come in, introduce yourself in the comments, say where you are coming in from, who your sponsor is. Our team's been growing so much in so many different parts of the world, which is exciting. And we have a few people we're going to be celebrating today as well. So we do what we call just these 30-second celebrations of ourselves. So, and we're often, when we're celebrating ourselves, it's a business step that we've taken. So I can bring it down a little bit. We're in a hotel room.
In a hotel, so we have to be careful.
So who wants to go first? A 30-second celebration of a business step, business move you've made. Come off mute. If you've ranked lately, if you've engaged someone. Anton, let's go 30 seconds.
Oop. Yeah, hi guys. Hope you're having a fabulous time overseas and everyone else on the call. Very quickly, yeah, went manager, I don't know, end of last week or something.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then I've
Congratulations.
made another 4 sales since, and it really, two today. And I guess I want that as a reflection for people of like, these are people fit coming either just looping back around, but I've just had two, I'm a chiropractor, everyone, so patients who literally just on the spot went, yeah, hit me up, bang. One did the core pack, the other did the advanced pack with for her and her husband, plus Aeon straight away, and is all excited. So just keep putting it out there. And obviously, the
Jealous.
next step is looking for people who want to do the business, so I can get two
Yeah.
managers and go to director and keep on going. But it's just the consistency, and then it's the
Yeah.
momentum starting to build. So anyway, that's me. So
Yeah.
yeah, very happy. Thank you very much.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank
Amazing,
you.
amazing moves. So
So good to hear.
who else would like to celebrate 30-second celebration of yourself? Mike.
Hi, how you doing? Yeah, I've sent some patches over to my wife, who's still in Bulgaria, and her cousin might get involved. What's interesting is when I use the address, it's going to be interesting. You might use the last part will be Bulgaria, but the main part of the address has to be written in Bulgarian, and they're not English letters, so that's fun. And
Well,
over there, they have looked and they can only get the patches. It's obviously not from Lightwave. Somebody's selling them. The equivalent of 330 New Zealand dollars a sleeve.
yeah.
So if they can get it all at wholesale, that could be quite a winner there. So I'm just working on that one at the moment.
Brilliant. Well
And
done.
my son wants some extra patches, so guess what? He's going to join. Dad's not going to send them for free anymore.
Exactly.
Well done.
Well
That's
done.
great, Mike.
Amazing. One more celebration of yourself.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I'd just like to celebrate the fact that I've got two people coming on the launch call after this. And I just wanted to celebrate that because I communicated with Chris, my upline, and we had the option of him doing a three-way or them getting onto an Aussie call because they're in Aussie.
Yeah.
And they were happy with both, but I said that we had one tonight, and so no, we jump on tonight. So yeah, so they're coming on tonight. So I just wanted to celebrate that.
Oh,
Fantastic.
brilliant.
Using the system.
Using the system.
Exactly. The system is there because it works. and it's there to serve you. So well done.
Love
Thank
it.
you.
Can't wait. When they are on the call, if you want to, in the chat, just welcome them. Just engage with your people, your guests when they come in. That's amazing. So well done. Well, it's so
Thank
great to
you.
have everyone on, and the team is growing, and managers and directors are ranking, which is so exciting. If we haven't met before, we're Andrew and Vanessa, and right now we are coming to you from where we lived for 7 years, which is in Montreal, Quebec. So the topic of conversation we're going to talk about today, last week we talked about that pro strategy, but really the power of your 100 and your list. So the first thing we'd love to review, if you were on the call last week, is who went back from last week's call and either rewrote the list, wrote the list, or re-engaged the list. Give us a wave if anyone did that last week. Awesome. Amazing. Maybe put in the comments as we're just working into this topic. What was one win that came from that for you? What was a win that came from engaging your list? Today, though, we're going to go a different aspect, and we're going to talk about engaging strangers and connecting with strangers. Because for us, even though we've come back to 7 to 10-year-old relationships, today we want to talk about strangers, and then next week we want to talk about those longer term, the staying the path power of the business. But let's talk a little bit about strangers. So what we're going to do is just first give you a brief. We have about 210 personally enrolled brand customers, essentially. Let's understand that. The principle of this business is that if you have often 10 people coming in, 20% of people might turn around, 10% to 20% might turn around and say, I want to run with the business. About another 10 to 20% of people might say, I'm willing to share over time. And then you'll get a whole lot of people, even if they came in as brand partners, just being customers. We're going to be super upfront about that 210. So you don't think that we've just personally enrolled 210 people and that's what you have to do to be successful, because you don't. In this business, you can be successful when there's just 4 people in your business. About 50 of those we inherited when a few people came into our business and then couldn't stay in our business. And so about 50 of those we inherited. So around that 150, 160 we have personally engaged. Out of those, at least 100, we were doing the stats the other day, at least 120 of those minimum, maybe 150, are actually people we didn't know. And so people think we got to the top rank of this company because we had a network, a big network. We didn't. We moved back to Australia starting relationships from scratch. We only had family and a few friends on the Gold Coast. And from day one, hearing about these patches, the day we heard about these patches, we walked out the door of our house and told a stranger walking their dog, we've just heard about a new technology. So the first point we want to make, if you're taking notes today, is the principle we lived by and we're living by is we didn't call business builders straight away. Andrew actually says, I wish I had approached it differently, and he'll talk about that in a minute. But as soon as we heard about this technology, you can't unhear from that call. And so you can't unhear what you've heard. And if you've been exposed to an opportunity call, which is a year and a half ago, we didn't have Zooms with opportunity calls. We had Tessa, who we'd never met, present the whole opportunity call to us. It took an hour long, was not duplicatable, except it had built her to an amazingly successful business. But it took an hour. At the end, we brought in a premium. And as we walked out the door to see someone walking a dog, something came up and we said, we've just heard of a new technology and we've ordered it. So from day one, we hadn't got the patches, hadn't had a testimony, except only heard things, and you can't unhear what you've heard. Who would agree with that? Right in the chat. You cannot unhear what you've heard. And so we, from day one, have lived with the conviction you don't wait, A, for your patches, or B, for your own testimony to share what you know with others. It's a similar approach for us with being people of faith. And the moment that you hear of what it means to be in relationship with Jesus, you can't unhear that. And so you trust that whoever comes your way in the most authentic way you can do that, you would share good news with them. We truly feel like you have good news in your hand when you have this technology. And so we just want to focus on that for a moment. We want to focus on it for two reasons. One, even if you haven't approached your business like that, you today or tomorrow, Anton today with his new partners, Mike with his new partners, you're going to meet people, partner with people, and we want to encourage you as soon as they say to you, oh, I'll wait for my own testimony. We would love to encourage you and challenge you to learn language that says, oh, you won't be waiting for your own testimony. As soon as you hear what this technology is, we are encouraging you to share with everyone that you know. So let's stop on that for a second. Just that thought of telling people, even the stranger in the street, from day one of hearing. What happens for you in your body or your brain as you hear that? Just put it in the comments. What goes on for you around that strategy? Because it's been our day one strategy, right?
It has.
Yeah. Just put in the comments one or two things, reactions that come up for you. I'm just going to read through. Yeah, love it. So Anton, brilliant point. Now people are signing up with you because they cannot remember who they heard it from. Well, that's a whole topic of follow-up right there. Absolutely. Okay. So this was day one for us, very, very early on. There was a few keys to that. When we were exposed to the opportunity call, we heard multiple testimonies. So don't be afraid to weave other testimonies in. Even when you don't have yours, you'll be borrowing other testimonies. The second thing that we know happened for us is we saw excitement and enthusiasm from Tessa.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was from her, from my friend, then joining the community and realizing, and again, you're all going to see this from different lenses depending on your personality. I saw it from the perspective of no one has this. This is what everybody needs. We have a patent on it. And I think Anton just said it in the comments. I'm like, what the heck have I got to lose? If someone wants it, great. If they don't, great. Like everything's great. Just keep sharing it. Like what we've been doing this week and on the airplane, which we're going to share some of our just one-on-one conversations we had. It's like we invite people to it, and if they want it, fine, great, fantastic. If they don't, next. And unfortunately, we many times don't even let the plane take off in these conversations with people because we've already tried to predict what the outcome is.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, but none of us are God. Like none of us know the outcome.
Yeah.
And to me, that's where you've got to fall in love with the adventure of the middle of, I don't know where this is going to go. Your predominant role is to get the plane to lift off, engage with people, ask them the question, what do you know about stem cells? And then it's like an adventure. I don't know where this is going to go. But it's like, let's roll with what happens next and then be prepared to land the plane because you actually know how to land the plane. It's your confidence. That's the only thing stopping you from landing the plane. To go, okay, would you like to order now? We have 3 simple packages. Which one would you like to choose? Land the plane. It's the middle that gets stuck up here. So I personally I've learned to get excited about the middle part,
So
which is
true.
out of my control.
It's amazing. So we're going to talk about a stranger on a plane, a stranger in an Uber, and a stranger on the street. Okay. And so again, just think about your situations where you are. You can never say there's no one to talk to about this. And someone was saying that to Sue the other day, and Sue just looked around where she was and said, there's humans everywhere. There's people everywhere, right? So stranger on the plane, let's just talk about that. My daughter and I were sitting in front of Andrew, and we're going to also say this. Andrew is not the most outgoing personality. You are an ambivert, right?
I'm an ambivert that's predominantly an introvert. So when I get on planes, usually I put my headphones on and I don't want to talk to people. Maybe put a 10 in the chat if that's you. Then you've got Vanessa, and again, depending on what we've been a part of and everything, is like, what new friend can I make?
Yeah.
So put a 5 in the chat if that's you. So for me, when I sit next to someone who wants to make a friend, I'm like, oh, Jesus, take me home now. But Vanessa's like, woohoo, that's awesome. So, but of course, I'm in business. I have this new technology and it's reinvigorated me. And we're on mission in Canada. We don't want to waste an hour. We want to, and I'm only looking for the one.
Exactly.
Every day or every week, I'm looking for the one. I've got a certain one that I'm looking for. So sitting down next to this guy, he was, at the time I wasn't sure, but thought like Indian type heritage background. And we sit down and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna engage? Am I not? And then he first engaged me, I think, and he said, hi, how you doing? And I'm like, yeah, good. We just started, he goes, Aussie. And of course, using what you have. And here's the other key to you. No matter where you are, what you're doing, use what you have. If it's an accent, if it's a profession, if it's whatever it is, get it in there to spark excitement and an authority if you have in that field. So we just started talking, and I actually wanted to engage for a while to create a place of trust before I then word vomited about this new technology that I had. So it was a 5-hour flight. We're on and off between, having our own space and everything. He's a business guy downtown in Montreal with a company that does all passport photos and all these things. And then also is a coach. And so I connected with him on that. And so basically towards the end, I said, but hey, I do XYZ, but I also have this technology, and you're a coach, could be a really great second income for you. Do you like making multiple streams of income? So I went that route. I didn't go necessarily the healing, like what it does for you route. I went the business route. Then he says, well, hey, my mum's aging. She's got arthritis. I do self-healing through meditation, shared some of his experience. And I said, great, go do all of that. But what if something could help accelerate that for $5 or $6 a day, plus create a 6-figure plus income for you within 6 months or less if you went for it? And he goes, I'm interested. And what I did do is I kept him hanging. I didn't go try to do it all in one setting. So we shook hands, got details. He goes, let's go for wings are big here, wings and beers. He wanted a 3-hour session, like time, so that he could really connect with me. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm too busy for that, because I created that time, what's the word, like where you take something back, and I only have a limited amount of time. I'll give you an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We had an hour and a half. And then he came and visited us at the festival on the weekend with his friend. And he's already started talking to everyone about it before he's even signed up. Yeah. But he's about to go to Portugal and other places. And I said, hey, he's like, shall I wait? And I'm like, don't wait, because I don't want you to then hold it against me that if you've been at Portugal, he was camping this weekend, he goes to Portugal in a week, you go to Portugal for 2 weeks, you could have had brand partners there that could change your life. And I didn't sort of push you to go, hey, you need to get this done. And he said, well, if I'm coming in at premium, because that's what you did. Remember the principle of what you do, other people do. And so I said, brilliant, because if you're going to be a business person, there's no other way. If you come in at advanced, you're coming in a bit weak. If you're gonna come in strong and you actually want to build a strong business, come in at premium. And so we talked, and then in the next couple of days, I'm catching up. I'm following up over every second day.
Yeah.
Till he's wanting to order. I think it's this Friday.
And because we weren't seeing him for a few days, we sent him away with 3 patches, which we would usually only do 1. So that's the stranger on the plane. And there was a little, we're going to be up front. We love coaching stuff out. There was a little back and forth around how many hours he wanted to spend with Andrew. So when they got together in person, Andrew said, I want to tell you why I chose not 3, apart from the fact that I am limited in my time because I'm here with intention to see my daughter and build a business. But secondly, he said, I knew you wanted 3 hours to hang out. I wanted to show you in business, that's not what you need. And so he even coached and taught him right then, yeah, we might be team members and we might build a friendship, but we're not doing a friendship to then just throw in business. We would be business partners that build a relationship. And so that was a really important thing that the lights went on for him about. So that was just one thing. Second thing, in the car, I got an Uber out to just.
Can I say one more with that?
Yeah.
He was like, well, I want to try it first. I want to try it first. Then I'll share it. And I just challenged him and said, here's 2 things. Number one is the person next to you will get a different result than what you'll get. So you're actually stopping and hindering people in your life from trying this when you could take 3 months. He's 60. He looks fantastic. He looks like 45. But I said, so you might be good, but the person next to you may not be. And I said, the second thing is, do you want to build a business fast? I want to build 7 figures. That's my goal, is to hit 7 figures. I said, what's yours? And he goes, well, I would love that. Shared some of his vision. I said, well, then you need to do what we did. Do the system. You jump in at premium. You share with everybody while you're getting results. You don't wait for your own results. So I just want to reiterate, and this works. So if you think it doesn't work, I'm sorry, we're making it work. It's proof. So you've got to have the mindset of helping people to cross over that bridge of, I just need my results first.
Secondly, we met a Uber driver and I said, is this your full-time job? He said, yes. I said, how long have you been doing it for? So it's all that conversation. I knew I only had a 7-minute Uber. I said, what did you do previously? He said, he was in textiles. I said, how was that business? He said, okay, but COVID hit us hard. So now I do this. I said, do you enjoy doing this? How many hours do you do of this? He goes, more than I want to do, but I got to make ends meet right now. I said, would you be interested in another opportunity to make income so that you've now got multiple streams? He's also got a investment property in Italy. So would you like to go there more? Is that a time thing or a money thing? So I went for it. I had 7 minutes. I'm going to ask questions to find out opportunity and pain point.
He did amazing in 7 minutes.
And so he said, no, I want to go there more. It's just I do have to work a bit longer hours right now. I said, you're brilliant with people. You are class. You are with people all day. This was a brilliant way to drive. Thank you for your service. Love the conversation. You're warm, you're engaging. Like, I just affirmed gift on him straight away. And from there, I said, you'd be brilliant at this business. It's in the health technology space. No one else has it. It's a light therapy patch. See, I'm wearing one. I said, when I pull over, I'll show it to you here, wherever I had it on. And then, and he said, do you have 5 extra minutes? I said, I just have 5 minutes. He said, great. Do you have any information? Yes, I have a brochure, but what I'd really like to do is I would like to give you the brochure. I'd like to send you more information than is in the brochure. And then I'd like to circle back with you. Can I call you again for a ride? So this is the second thing. I only had 7 minutes and I wanted to see him again with my husband. And so we actually could have then at that point, the difference between an $80 ride and a $100 ride, out far for where we had to go next. We chose him, and literally I said, we'll choose you if you're willing to watch this presentation before we get in the car, so we have the hour to answer your questions. Are you committed to doing that? Because we're excited. He said yes. We got him in the car. He got an hour with Andrew at the end. He's signing up today. He's thinking premium. Well, he said today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's watched everything. He understands premium. He understands travel. That was the second last one. The third one was a stranger on Facebook. And the stranger on Facebook I'd seen around, friend of friends. She said something about being sick. I went in her DMs. I went twice into her DMs because she didn't say stop, but she just liked something, didn't say anything else. I posted a picture the other day. She circled back with me. The call yesterday with her, she's a TV presenter. The call yesterday with her, she said, can this be a business? I said, yes. She said, what did you come in at? I said, premium. She said, can we have a call today? I'll go talk to my husband. I see the opportunity of this. I see what this looks like. She said, it's so strange you DM'd me. I didn't need the product for what you showed me, but then I looked at your post and I've got actually a challenge with my hand and you posted about it. And she said, it's just so strange we're talking. After you DM'd me, I heard from someone else about LifeWave. I tried to remember who told me about it. So in my messenger, I did say X39 and I did say LifeWave because like someone just commented then, LifeWave is getting out there. People need to know when they hear about LifeWave, you have LifeWave. You are a brand partner with LifeWave. So our opinion at the moment is say the word quicker. You can say curious for a little while, but say LifeWave. And when you text people and get information to them, say this is X39, use the 3 words X, and we have scripts, but use X39, use the word patch, light technology patch, and say the word LifeWave at that point. The reason why is if you don't say those 3 words in a follow-up message, they might lose your name, lose your brochure. They might not have you top of their text messages. They might hear about this thing from someone else or see it from someone else. And if they can't scroll and find those words in their group of messages, they may not come back to you. So there are our 3 points just on engaging with strangers. Just write in the comments any takeaway from those scenarios. Okay, great. Elevator pitch. Absolutely. In our boards app, we have training on creating your own elevator pitch. Global business. Absolutely. As soon as you know someone's from another country or their family's in another country, you are going to share about this technology going to them.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Last thing we did, we had a festival. We totally screwed up on a banner. I screwed up on a banner and brochures. We got them invested in them, ready for Canada, and they were in someone else's car at midnight, and the festival was the next morning, and that person was 5 hours away. And at midnight, we realized we had no banner and brochures. So we made shift. We showed you photos of makeshift, but here's what happened. It was a quiet festival. It was not worth the investment we made, but we have 8 people's details, and guess where they came from? The other business owners at the festival.
If I can say, when it comes to markets or anything like that, festivals, your predominant people that you need to be thinking about connecting with is the other market stall owners, people, because they're already in business. They're already wanting other incomes, and many of them have already good at talking to people, having networks and so on. So we had a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy, and I talked about how this is blowing up in the Portuguese Brazilian community. And then we patched him. And here's the other thing, make sure you're patching people. So I put it on one of his guys, tall guy, 58 years old, guy that's got into jiu-jitsu, bad knee, as he walked away 2 hours ago. And I always say this could, in 24 hours, something could shift for you. So I'm always putting it out there, whether you call it faith, manifesting, whatever you want to call it. I always project that I'm believing for something to happen, even though I warn them that, of course, it's only 24 hours. It may not. he walked, as he's walking away, he goes, Andrew, like, this is working. And I'm like, yep. And I don't look over surprised. I'm always like, yep, happens all the time.
Yes,
This is changing
exactly.
people's lives. And so that was that. And then another lady who needed another income, who was another market stall person. And then here's the thing I want you to write down somewhere. Look for your unicorns. So I had this guy stoned as anything, turned up, his girlfriend was looking at other stalls. I wanted to turn him away. I'm just like, I don't have time for you, buddy. We started talking, and then he has taken over his parents' essential oils company here. That is when I looked up, multi-million-dollar business. Loves other incomes. Look, he has a 50,000 database. And I'm like, okay, so I'm following him up to go, okay, can we partner? Can we do something here? And yet I was about to tell the guy to get lost. Don't have time for you to be stoned around me. And yet this guy could be my unicorn. So always be looking for that one-off that just becomes someone that changes. Partnering with them changes your life.
And everyone around the festival kept on saying, oh, it's so slow. It's so slow. And we haven't sold our soaps, and we haven't sold this, and we haven't sold that. And we just kept saying the whole time, we're just looking for one. We're just looking for one.
That's right.
And they're like, one sale? No, one partner, one business partner. And the whole time we were at that festival, while everyone's moaning and complaining, we're like, we're good. We're looking for one. We're just looking for one. And so that understanding that this business isn't about 20, it's about one. We just wanted to wrap up by leaving you with that today and this week. Go absolute, release the outcome when you go to 10 and 20. That's why next is all good. But you are looking for the one. And let's believe by the call next week, that one is on the call, or that opportunity is only a few days away. So,
and when she says that, is go and use what you have. Go out if you have time today, like we do. We go out to the cafes where I'm looking for the one. If it's on the plane, if it's in an Uber, like if you have a mindset to go, I don't have opportunity, you won't have it.
Yeah.
But if you go, I'm going to use, like Chris, who's in front of me in one of the pictures, he's out in hotels and he's traveling here and traveling there. It's that one as he's walking through corridors. It's that, like, it's looking for whatever God has given you, your world. There is one in that world. It's just you hunting them down. So having that perspective, it can change your life.
So you're going to meet strangers this week. You're going to have your list. You're going to work your list. They're your people you know, like, or trust you. And you're also going to meet strangers. So look for the one, and let's hear the stories, right? Of what that impact is when you partner with the one person. So to everyone on, thanks for being on. Go back to your list, and well done for those that are inviting people to the 8 o'clock call tonight, Brisbane time. We will be on. We're excited.
It's going to be so fun.
We'd love to have you on and your guests. If you are HIT director already in at any point, even if you're not a director right now, please stay on. But to stay on for the director training, it's leadership. It's much more of an engaging question answers.
Cameras off.
Cameras on.
Cameras on.
And engaging. This is not a training and a coaching like this call is. It's an engaging call at that leadership level. So
unless you're in the bathroom or something like that, we understand. But other than that, you're on. Hey, Level Up also, retreat. We've still got some spots left. We're going to have such fire material and time together. I want you to keep investing in your business and yourself. So Level Up retreat, this will be gone at some stage where we won't be able to do add any more people. So sign up. Numbers are coming down. I think it's like 10 or so left. Please jump on as quick as possible. Become a part of the Level Up.
Great to have you on. If you haven't hit director yet, you're going to be on this call very soon. Go make 2 managers and we'll have you on this call. So thanks for being on. See you back on the presentation in 20 minutes.
See you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
All righty.